Hey guys, what's up? It's Frank here from Altcoin Buzz. So today we're going to have a look at Uni. Why? Well, Uniswap, which is currently in 26th place, has seen a 4.4% rise in the past week. This might not sound all that impressive, but when you compare it with most of the top 20 altcoins, you can see that this is very much an exception. Bitcoin down minus 3.5% over the past week, Ethereum down minus 7.2%. So in this video, I'm going to compare Uni's performance to Bitcoin's performance because it really is very impressive. And as usual, I will tell you about the levels that you need to be watching. We are seeing some very positive, encouraging price action for the bulls on the lower time frames, despite this big downtrend on the weekly time frame. So stick around until the end of the video to hear what I think will happen to Uni over the coming days and weeks. Now, for those of you who don't know, Altcoin Buzz is first and foremost a crypto investment research company, and we have been providing you numerous 100x returns since 2017. So if you want to get in on that action, join our Altcoin Buzz Access group where we document up-to-date research covering undervalued altcoin gems, NFT minting opportunities, and our portfolio strategies. So click the link up above or down in the pinned comment section below to take part in the action today. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell so that you don't miss any future updates. And finally, please note that none of this is financial advice. Okay, so starting on the weekly time frame, we are seeing this massive descending wedge. I actually drew it on the daily time frame since it makes more sense drawing it there, which is why the bottom diagonal may look like it's a bit weirdly drawn. But this, of course, is the thing about diagonal trend lines, which you have to be aware of, is that they are not as important in general as horizontal trend lines. Why? Precisely for the reason I just mentioned, that different people will draw them in different ways. You can either draw them at the closes of candles, or you can draw them at the wicks of candles, or you can draw them on different time frames, right? But horizontal trend lines have a lot less ambivalence about them. They are much clearer. That being said, when we see a massive pattern like this, which plays over many, many months, in fact, over a year now, then it is worthy to watch out for it. Now, one thing which is really impressive about the weekly chart on Uni, which I've seen on very, very few other altcoins in the market, and I cover a lot of altcoins, is this. The MACD is ticking up. It has been ticking up for 4 weeks. It's been in the green, and we have the bullish crossover on the MACD. This is a very, very bullish sign. It's very often the end of a downtrend. Now compare this to Bitcoin. Look at Bitcoin's MACD. It's not only is it not in the green, but it's only been ticking up for a couple of days. So, and we certainly are very, very far from a crossover. So very, very bullish compared to Bitcoin on a very major time frame, which is the weekly time frame. Another way of seeing this is looking at the low of Uni on the 9th of May here. We saw a low of $3.73, and then in the 13th of June, we saw a low of $3.3 on the week of the 13th of June. So from 3.73 to 3.33, and visually you can see there's not much of a difference between these two price levels, okay? Now have a look at Bitcoin. 10th of June, we had a low over here at $26,700, and then in June, again, the same price period compared to Uni, we saw a massive dump all the way down to 17,622. So Bitcoin is very, very bearish, whereas Uni on the weekly time frame is clearly ticking up now. These are the exact signs that traders are looking for when considering fading a trend, when they're considering entering in to take advantage of the bottom of a potential trend. Okay, with that being said, let's now zoom into the daily time frame. On the daily time frame, you can see this upper diagonal trend line with very clear edges. I drew it at the top of the wicks, whereas the bottom trend line I drew at the bottom of these candle closes. Actually, this should be a little bit lower over here. And the reason for that is that you generally want to draw trend lines where there are more touches. So if you can draw a trend line which has 4 touches on candle closes, that will be more relevant than a trend line which has only 2 or 3 touches on candle lows, all right? If you're drawing your own trend lines, that's how you do it. Now then, on the daily time frame, if we zoom out, you can see very, very bullish here, especially compared to other altcoins and cryptocurrencies. Look at this volume profile. We are well above the major support of the volume. In other words, back here in the end of 2020, we saw months of bulls and bears fighting it out at this zone. And now we came down to this zone here, the mid-June. We found support. We have started an uptrend on the daily time frame. And if we zoom in over here, we can see on the daily time frame, we have an important support here, which is the $5.63 level. Now, in the past, we have resisted from this level. Many candle closes closed just at this precise level. So it's very important that we hold this for the bulls. That being said, even if we break it, we would have to fall down below $4.63 to break the downtrend on the daily time frame. And the third support that we would see, of course, would be this previous double bottom here at $3.36. Another bullish thing about the daily time frame is that we've crossed above the upper Bollinger Band. Again, this is often a sign that momentum is bullish, that we are starting a new momentum shift in one direction. That being said, there wasn't much of a contraction before this, so it's not as relevant as it would be if we had a major contraction. But speaking of contractions on the Bollinger Band, I want to show you what I found on the 3-day time frame. Have a look at this. Going now to the 3-day time frame on UNI USDT, here we are indeed seeing a contraction of the Bollinger Bands, and we are very close to the upper band. Now, what's very exciting is that if we cross this upper band, we are really in bull territory. Why? Because not only will we have crossed it, but we will also have broken through this upper diagonal trend line, which I mentioned. So really, we are at a very interesting point in the cryptocurrency markets. I'm not saying that we are going to start a new uptrend on the weekly time frame necessarily, but certainly we are primed for some very big moves up on many cryptocurrencies, and Uniswap is certainly one of the leading charts when it comes to the potential for upside growth and when it comes to confidence in the market. Okay, so we've done the weekly, the daily, the 3-day. Let's now go to the 4-hour time frame. On the 4-hour time frame, we are seeing the EMAs fanning out. Let me show you by getting the EMAs here. So you see this red, yellow, light blue, and dark blue line. Well, the fact that the red is above the yellow is above the light blue, and the light blue is above the dark blue means that the EMA lines are fanning out. And this is the 20, the 50, the 100, and the 200 EMA. And when the EMA lines fan out like this, it typically indicates that there is going to be a sustained uptrend, all right? So if you are a bull here, it's very worthy to watch out for this. If, for example, the red line crosses the yellow line here, that will be the first sign that, yes, maybe we are actually in for more downwards price momentum. But certainly now it seems very likely, my personal best guess is that we will hold this support on the daily time frame here, this $5.63 level, and we will go and test new highs at approximately the $6.85 to $7 region. Now, when it comes to resistances, let's see what we have here. So on the 4-hour time frame, the most immediate resistance, and I think this is a worthy one to note, is the $5.89 level. Why is this worthy to note? Well, because if we break this, if we have a 4-hour candle close above this level, then we have a very good chance at holding support at the $5.63 level, and a lot of traders will view this as a sign of confidence in the market, confidence in this $5.63 as a solid support level from which we have bounced from. So it will be very notable if we cross this 5.89. Thereafter, we may see some resistance at the 6.63. And if we cross both those levels, then the next resistance will probably be somewhere at this previous volume profile range, approximately the $7 level. So when it comes to support and resistances, we have the supports at the 5.63, the 4.63, and the $3.36 levels, and the resistances at the 5.89, 6.63, and $7.05 levels. So in summary, yes, on the weekly time frame, it does not look so great when you look just at the price action, but the MACD is ticking bullish. We are above the zero line. We have the bullish crossover, a very good sign of a potential for a reversal. On the daily time frame, we really need to hold above this 5.63 to maintain confidence in this daily uptrend. But even if we break it, not the end of the world. Next important support is 5.63. If we break that, then admittedly, the bulls have lost a lot of important momentum. The 4 hour has the EMA lines fanning out, very, very bullish over the short term. So overall, yes, the long term looks bearish, but there are some very strong signs that we are actually going to see a recovery over the coming weeks. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to our channel to check out our other videos that we cover on fundamental analysis, technical analysis. I personally post on the channel 4 days a week, but we also have 2 other presenters posting fundamental analysis and news and all that good stuff. So don't forget to check out those videos. And with that being said, I'll see you in the next one.